Hi, it's Mia here, and I've got a question for you. Are you struggling with closing 30% or more of the individuals that you have the opportunity to offer your services to or your products? Do you struggle when it comes to selling? Are you uncomfortable? Does it make you sweat? Do you avoid asking for the sale? I had to call you out. Well, you're going to love this live today. I'm going to talk specifically about why individuals are afraid to sell. Now, the truth of the matter is, you are likely brilliant and amazing at delivering the services to your clients, and you deliver tremendous value to your clients, and they love you. But the issue that you're having in your business, the bottleneck, isn't the fact that you are amazing at service delivery. It likely is one, two, or three things. It's likely number one, that you don't know how to attract the right leads. Individuals who will raise their hand and say, that's the person or that's the service that I need and or who I want to work with. And as a result of that, you are hitting your head at night saying, listen, I love what I'm doing. I love the clients that I have, but I wish I had more of them. If that's you, you're going to love this live. Now, it's also an issue for individuals who have and struggle with marketing. And marketing meaning, how do I, in this landscape today, find my ideal clients? What is the best way for me to market? Now, I want you to think about this. What if you don't want to do a bunch of lives, right? What if you don't want to run ads? What if you have a small email list? How do you get in front of your ideal clients? It is the biggest question that I've seen, having coached thousands of women over the years and teaching many of them who've never sold anything before. How do you bring your ideal clients to you? I have a very unique perspective that I'll share with you, and I know it's going to add tremendous value for those of you who the bottleneck is selling. If the bottleneck is selling, I want you to write, the bottleneck is selling. Hashtag the bottleneck is selling. And then lastly, the third thing that likely is the biggest thing that's getting in the way is, even when you are in front of your ideal client, you don't know what to say to them. Meaning, you don't know what to say, whether it's a face-to-face meeting, whether it's a corporate pitch, whether it's you're working with an individual and it's time and they say, I love what you're saying. I love what you're offering. I know you can help me, but still there are no sales, right? And there are no sales because you don't know how to systematically sell. All right, I called you out. This live is going to really support you today and give you some clarity and some hope. That's my goal. When I first got started in my business 21 years ago, I did not have a systematic sales process, and I actually did not have any real skills at being able to sell professionally. And here's the kicker. I wanted to learn how to sell from the comfort of my home. See, I started my business as a coach. And the interesting thing is that I decided I didn't want to be a speaker, meaning go on the road to identify my clients. So I came up with unique ways to market and generate leads so that my ideal clients all would come directly to me, meaning I'm working from the comfort of my home and I work with these individuals online. And I would say it's a really unique perspective. So for the last 21 years in business, I still don't go on the road really that much. And the truth of the matter is, all of my clients, they come directly to me through my lead generation methods that are just ones that I built that works for me. Now, here's the coolest thing. You probably have heard so many ways to be able to generate leads, and some of it probably hasn't resonated with you. And because it's asking you to go outside of yourself and do something other than what you feel comfortable doing, right? Like maybe you don't want to be on social media all day, or maybe you don't want or feel comfortable doing video, or maybe you don't want to write tons of posts or spend tons of dollars on ads. And the question is, how do you generate leads that come to you directly? I'll tell you exactly how I've done it over the years. It's one of the things that I've learned is that authentic marketing is one of the best ways to get directly in front of your clients, meaning being 100% yourself and understanding how being all of who you are, showing up, owning your bigness is one of the greatest ways to attract an audience when you don't have an audience. The truth of the matter is, when I got started, I did not have an audience. I did not have a list. There was no big list or anything like that. And I just found that being myself and and knowing the system for me to be able to tell great stories allowed me to attract and resonate with my ideal audience. And the same will be true for you. I have many clients who have not had a list when they started working with me, and I've showed them many organic methods to attract their ideal clients. Another thing that many people, maybe you're into this, like to do is to run ads. And here's the problem with running ads. And I love ads, but here's the problem with running ads. And maybe this has been the case for you. Number one, if you don't have the skill yourself to run ads, then that means that you have to hire someone. And that means that likely you're hiring an agency, you're paying between $5,000 and $10,000 a month to have someone at an agency run your ads. And that does not count or include ad spend, okay? Or two, you end up outsourcing and hiring someone else to do it, and they likely aren't really that skilled in their ability. Sure, online people say they can do a lot of great things, but you likely are seeing as a result of your results of working with them that they don't have the skill set. And then number three, understanding for yourself how to maybe do a combination between working with someone that is a virtual assistant and yourself gaining some level of knowledge around your ad strategy so that you can have some knowledge to inform the process. And I can tell you that for me, that was one of the things that made all the difference for me. Years ago, I hired someone who's an amazing mentor to me. He taught me how to run and build my own Facebook ads. And as a result of that, on demand, I could attract my ideal audience over and over again. And it's really important. I'm always surprised by the number of entrepreneurs who want to be in front of their audience, but really don't understand the business that they're in. And the fact of the matter is, if there are not any leads, there are not any sales, right? There's not any new momentum in your business. And if I'm telling you the truth, you can always write, Mia, you are telling me the truth. I wanted to do this live today because I know that one of the biggest things that gets in the way is people are afraid of selling, or you're not having enough leads or the right leads. Maybe you have leads, but whenever you make your offer, they don't raise their hand. They don't say yes. And you're like, what's going on? Because you don't know how to create an authentic message to get directly in front of your audience, to have your ideal clients come to you. And I can tell you that this is something that is my sweet spot over the years. I made a decision that I only work with giants, smart, sharp women who are highly actionable, who can say yes to themselves, who are proactive, and who are all about figuring it out. Because the truth of the matter is, you can be amazing at what you do, but if you're avoidant at what you do, if you don't commit to what you do, and if you're not true to really, what it takes to be great, nothing works, right? Because every single thing that we learn, we have to implement and really be about that implementation in our mindset in order for us to see the results. And I know certainly for me over the years, that was one of the things that made a difference. So I've already talked to you a little bit about one of the reasons why your marketing isn't working. And as a result of that, you're not getting the leads that are coming in a consistent way. People who are investment minded, individuals who are hopping on your calls with the intent to work with you because they're very, very clear about what it is that you do exceptionally well. Now, maybe part of the issue for you in your marketing is that you've had other people chip away at your brilliance, right? So sometimes I work with so many smart women and they can do so many incredible things. And sometimes when you can do a lot of incredible things, you meet people who can do one thing and they chip away at you doing a lot of really great things. And they'll say, well, you can't do this or that and the other thing. You need to narrow it down. So anybody ever hear that before? That was literally something that I heard when I first got started in my business. You can't be a mom coach. Nobody's going to pay you to do that. And despite that bad advice, I was able to build an amazing business as a mom coach, become a television personality on a nationally syndicated television shows, gets assigned to do multiple corporate deals as the mom strategist. Why am I telling you this? I'm telling you that the thing that makes you scarce is the thing that makes you valuable. And understanding and being in community and having coaching that values that wants you to bring all of who you are to the table is likely what you need. It's probably the thing that's been missing for you because you're being a part of who you are and opposed to being all of who you are. And if that's the case, that means that those ideal clients that you're meant to attract, they're not getting all of you. So therefore, your marketing isn't as strong as it needs to be. Are we clear? Is this making sense? Are you guys getting value? I know that you are. Now, another reason why likely you're afraid to sell is because you don't have a systematic selling process. And look, when I tell you, this is the problem of most entrepreneurs. They do not have a systematic way to sell. Never thought about creating a systematic process. They just thought about, wow, it's so much fun. I created my service or my product, my program, or my consulting agency. And they never, ever considered, how do I go from the creative side of just creating and doing what I love to do to actually offering my services in a systematic way. And one of the things that breaks my heart as a coach is when I see so many smart women and men who really do struggle and believe that they're not great at what they do, not because they're not great, but because they don't know how to sell. And so because they don't know how to sell, they internalize that. They think, hey, my business isn't working. This idea isn't working. Sometimes they scratch it. They start all over again. And then reality is it's just that they have not done the work, right, to learn how to sell systematically. Sales is a process and it can be learned. And it does challenge all of your insecurities. Let's be clear, right? The idea of taking your baby, your business, and sharing that baby with other individuals and saying, do you like my baby? Is my baby beautiful? And someone potentially saying no is the reason why so many people don't take the risk and be brave for themselves and ask for the sale. It is the reason why when you're in conversation with someone who might need your services, instead of you asking them or telling them about what that next step might look like, you just keep talking about how you can help them and how you can help them and what the service is, because you actually don't want to face the no. And I know that I called you out because this is what happens. It's what I've seen over and over again, working with clients and helping them to recorrect over time the way that they sell. Now, here's the deal. If you are and have the opportunity to sell, and whether it's in a community or whether it's in, at a live event, and I'll tell you a little bit about my live event called the Sell Method coming up, and you have an opportunity to role play or for others to hear your scripting over and over again, practice. Practice makes perfect in the selling process. And most people don't do enough to practice, or they're so sensitive around having other people hear them when they're failing, but you're failing forward. And it's actually the way that you become really amazing at selling. So let me tell you a little bit about my process of selling. The truth of the matter is, when I met my husband, he was the number one salesman. I met my husband 29 years ago. He was the number one salesman for a Fortune 10 medical company. And this guy was like winning all these trips and making six figures back in the day doing this job, right? And he was a masterful salesman, and I did not have that skill or know-how in that way. And I realized I learned from him, he's a very consultative salesman. He's consultative, and I learned a lot about consultative selling. And as a result of learning that, I applied a lot of those techniques that I learned, that I watched, that I listened to in my home environment to my own business. And today, I surprised myself. Like I've been able to close multi-millions of dollars with and teaching my clients exactly the same, showing them how to authentically be themselves and approach a sales process in a way that is natural and that is feminine and that is not cheesy or salesy or manipulative, because those are all the reasons why so many people struggle with the sales process. Somebody write amen, right? And that might be your reason, because someone was selling something to you and you were uncomfortable. Now I want to tell you something. that what I have found, and this is going to step on your toes a little bit, but this is in love. What I've found over the years is that if you struggle to talk about sales, meaning let's say if you had an opportunity to invest in yourself at the highest and tallest level, and that makes you uncomfortable and you become avoidant when you have an opportunity to say yes and choose yourself and grow yourself, likely you're going to be a person that struggles around selling. Honestly, because they're exactly the same thing. It's just a reflection. If if standing in your value is an issue for you, meaning charging your worth, or you find that it's easier to give it away or undervaluing your gift, it is likely that every single time you've been asked to step up for yourself and invest at the highest and tallest level, you are conflicted. The reason you cannot walk someone through a process of investing in themselves at the highest level is because of mindset. And it's likely because you yourself, you struggle around investing in your own self at the highest and tallest level. It means that you justify investing in yourself. You don't understand the significance that you're your number one investment. When I learned to sell, every single thing in my business changed. Like literally, when I learned how to attract the right leads by being exactly myself, and I knew how to tell my story to be magnetic, then I coupled that with being able to have a conversation, and I could stand in my value when I was speaking with my ideal clients because I knew that I could create amazing results for them. And I was comfortable in my skin sharing that. And because I had already invested in myself at the highest level, I could walk the client through the exact same process that I had gone through. So if you're that person and you've been struggling forever, right, with being able to stand in your value, charge your worth, ask for the sale, I promise you, it's likely that you haven't made an investment significant enough that's been changing, or it's likely that you're not practicing enough, right, over and over again so that you can grow that part of you. Sales is something that can be learned. So I wanted to do this live today because one, I want to see you get it this year. I want to see you hit your goals and exceed your goals, right? Like 100%, so that you you go into the end of this year with the momentum that you desire, and that you know how to attract your ideal leads, and that you know how to close those leads at least at 30%. When I say that, what do I mean? It means if you talk to 10 people, are you closing at least 3 of them, right? If you talk to 10 individuals, can you, and they are qualified people who are in a position to buy from you, are you able, do you have the ability and the skill set to close 3 of them? And if you don't, at least, okay, if you don't, then that means you need some support on the sales process. Most people focus so much on that creative process of coming up with another module or creating another template that they never really think that the real work is being able to create that connection to attract your ideal audience, and then understanding how to turn that, what you are doing, into a sale, right? If the client is a fit, and understanding what that could look like. All right. So I want to share something with you. I've got an upcoming event, and it's called the Sell Method. I'm going to share my screen with you and tell you a little bit about it. I decided to do an event November 10th through 12th in Baltimore, and the goal is to teach more women how to sell. And the event is for you if you know that unequivocally that the issue for you is that you don't have the leads that you desire, number one. And even when you have the leads, you're losing the sale because you don't know how to sell to them in a systematic way, right? If that's you, then you'll love the sell method. Now, the coolest part is I also have invited some mentor speakers to come in, all who are incredibly proven. One of the speakers is going to come in and teach you how to use AI and Facebook to generate leads. So I think that's pretty cool. I'm going to teach on authentic ways that I've used social media, or how I reach out to find my ideal clients or corporations and businesses, and what I've taught my clients over the years to do the exact same thing. Equally, one of our speakers is going to teach you how to take your offer and how you could convert your offer to a licensing deal. He has done multiple multiple multi-million dollar licensing deals, one of which was the show Pawn Stars or the Dog Whisperer deals, those $100+ million deals. He did the licensing deals for those. And he's going to be in the room teaching you guys exactly what he has done. He's proven. And then also one of our mentor speakers, Joyce, is coming, and she is the only entrepreneur I know personally who has had two businesses that have been valued at over $100 million, literally. Okay, she started her first business, she was 28, grew that business to over $125 million and became a publicly traded company. And I wanted Joyce to come in and teach you about owning your bigness, like being able to trust yourself, working on your mindset. You're great. What you know how to do is amazing. And the thing that's getting in the way is that you see this big dream and opportunity as something that's small. So let me share the screen and then we'll go from the. Okay, there we go. And let's see. Okay. So here we go. So here's the sell method. Let's copy this here. And the sell method is going to teach you how to pitch and sell what you do systematically. And that is the focus of the event. So if you know that you want to know how to sell more, okay, if you want to attract greater leads and you're just trying to figure out how to do that, you need to be in the room without hesitation. You know, one strategy can change the trajectory of your life. And, you know, my events are legendary. They are known for clients leaving those events, and as a result of what they learn in relatively short period of time, when they implement, people create great results for themselves. Some of what my clients have shared, Sharonda, she made her first sale within a few days of attending one of my live events. Banika, a therapist, she learned time rich model. She stopped trading time for dollars. She learned how to sell what she did for high ticket. Heidi, she created her first training program and webinar from scratch. You know, Terry learned how to close her first high ticket deal. Evelyn used my sales script. Stacy learned how to close a 6-figure contract. And you can shift your whole life and business in a weekend. And I want women who want it fast. Like if you're like all about that, you know, if you're all about, this doesn't have to take you a whole year to figure out, right? You just need the tools, you need the language, you need the scripts, and you need the mentoring. It'll make all the difference for you. So say yes to yourself. Now, if you desire in any way to be more confident, because like, let's be clear, when you're making an offer, you are confident that you have an ability to create results for others, but you're also confident in your skill set and you know that you can get your client there. Do you desire to license and pitch your intellect? If that's you, you're going to love it. Do you desire proven mentorship? In a day and time where every single person says, I can do that, I can help you package for high ticket, but the truth of the matter is they're not proven. And one of the things that was really important to me is that I surround you guys at the event with individuals who have a track record of creating amazing success. Here's one of my clients, Diana, who she got her questions answered as a result of coming to one of my virtual events. She closed her first 6-figure deal in just 9 weeks with me. Learning the, strategy, the knowledge, and learning how to sell the way that I do. I have take a very soft approach. It's a very feminine approach to being able to sell what it is that you do. So it's not what that typical way that you've learned how to sell, sort of like that car salesman, slimy way that makes you feel yuck. Nope. I show you really simple ways to get your ideal clients to see you as the obvious choice. And as a result, they ask you for the sale. They ask you. All right. So here are the event mentors, right? Obviously, there's me. I'm going to be there. I'm going to teach you guys my new method called the Sell Method. It's the first time that I'll teach the entire process over the course of the weekend. And my commitment to you, I'm going to teach you every single thing that you need to know that I know about how to sell in a most systematic way and how to attract your ideal clients. Now, Dan is going to teach you how to use AI and to generate leads on Facebook, right? And social media. And it's so important to know how to use the tools today so you can leverage them or be in choice about the best ways for you to use them. Joyce is going to share her story, her mindset. When is the last time you've ever had an opportunity to speak to any entrepreneur that's made over $100 million in their business face to face? Don't you want to know? Like I said, the questions that I have is like, well, what are your habits in the morning? Like, how do you structure your day? What is it that you focus on? Like, how do you create partnerships? Like, what do you do to feel more confident when you first got started in your business? How did you have the beliefs? Did you use vision boards? Like, what's your practice? I have questions like that when I'm in front of great entrepreneurs, and I love being in the company of giants. To me, a giant loves being in the company of a giant, and they see the value of that. And then Damon is he's just such a great guy. Also, he's going to teach you how to take your offer and turn it into a licensing deal. Damon started originally as a talent agent in Hollywood. He's helped so many celebrities build significant licensing deals, and he's going to teach you many different ways you can take your intellect and package it. It might not just be just the knowledge. It maybe you could take the knowledge and sell a product, the physical product, right, on Home Shopping Network or something like that. Lisa, one of my clients, she said she learned how to monetize multiple degrees. And I think that that's pretty cool. If you're smart and you're sharp out there, you got all the goods. The question is, are you monetizing what you have? And I know some of you right now are shaking your head saying, nope, not enough, right? Come on. All right. So when you come for the weekend, you're going to have access to a community of giants, women your own ambition level and above. And I will tell you that I attract women who are super down to earth, and they're so smart and sharp, and they will share with you. And if you are over, like being in environments where there's a pecking order, or you feel like you don't belong, come to my events. I promise you, we have just such a great group of women to hang out with and to learn from, and who will share with you. If you want to release toxic work models that have you trading time for dollars, and you want to learn a new way to earn, you should come. You're going to learn how to package your knowledge in completely different ways. You're going to have the ability to build high ticket models with your intellect. So if you're a coach or consultant or trainer, or you want to do licensing, it's absolutely for you. Now you'll shift your mindset in a weekend, right? Like, you'll learn what's big about you, what's amazing about you, and you'll become comfortable for the very first time valuing that. And then I'm going to reintroduce you to a possibility that feels good, because if you're doing business and like right now, you might be feeling in conflict with the way your business is structured. And I want to show you a whole different way to do your business with greater ease and grace. That's what I decided years ago. I built a model. I wanted to work from the comfort of my home when really no one was working from the comfort of their home in the way that I was. Today it's very common, but 21 years ago, this is a radical concept, and I did it. And now, I have the opportunity to work anywhere that I choose around the world, or in my home office or my downtown office, and I love it. Michelle, she learned how to monetize quickly as a result of coming to my event. She's hit six figures. Connie's come to my event also. She closed $24,000 a few weeks after coming to my event, but that contract actually ended up being a six-figure contract. And Cassandra was like, look, I just applied what I learned. And I love working with people who are action takers, implementers, go-getters. They just go and do it. Now, when you come, we're going to focus on three core things. And the first is your mindset, because selling and attracting leads is heavily impacted by the way you think. Okay. So you're going to get clear on how to stand in your value, and you're going to learn how to build a business around your life, because a lot of people have built their business around like priorities that don't matter to them. And that's why you're frustrated. You're going to identify and face what scares you from showing up big in your purpose. And you're going to adopt a new mindset. And then I'm going to teach you how to pitch. You're going to learn how to package what you do, how to price it, how to position yourself as the obvious choice, and so that you can work with agencies and corporations, and that media will find you attractive and they'll want to partner and work with you. So you're going to learn to position your influence, your messaging, and experience to attract your ideal audience. And I'm going to show you exactly how I did it when I got started. Was not known in any way. I did not have a list. I had a brand new idea, and have been able to organically build an amazing practice that I absolutely love, working with women who are smart and sharp and highly actionable and investment minded. And then profitability. And of course, once you get clear, then you know what to focus on. And likely the reason you're not profitable now is because you don't know what to do on Monday, right? You don't know what to do tomorrow morning, right? So you're going to learn the mindset that'll guide you on how to charge high ticket fees for your services without wavering. And you're going to learn the essentials of a winning media pitch, but also you're going to learn the scripts on how to sell from scratch. Even if you've never sold anything before, I'm going to show you and pull back the layers so you don't have to guess. So when you sign up today, right, your registration includes a girls' night out. We call it the Giant Night Soiree. And then, you know what? It's going to delight your palate. We're going to have a great time breaking bread together. And I'm really excited to have that opportunity on Friday night for you and the other women to have a giant night. And really, for the first time, many of you will meet your people and you'll say, this feels different. I've been looking for these people all my life. Now, the reason that you need to get a ticket is so you can meet those people that you've been looking for all your life. They're not home. Okay, I can tell you they're not home. Okay, you had already met them. So the sell method is going to change your approach. And you're going to learn how to package your expertise for high ticket. You're going to learn how to structure your high ticket offer. You're going to discover what your product or service could be, even if you don't have a product yet. You're going to escape the cycle of trading time for dollars. You're going to follow my templates word for word. So you'll leave, and throughout the weekend, you'll make the tweaks, and you'll leave with what you can do that following week and start just making those calls and closing your sales for the very first time. And Davina says, Mia gives you everything she has. And that's my goal. My goal is to give you everything that I have. Now, you're almost there, right? So you have two options to come to the sell method, which is November 10th through 12th. You have a VIP option, which you need to get those tickets, okay? And they're $500 off right now because of the early bird. So tickets are $24.97, but for a limited time, they're $19.97, all right? And so you save $500. Now, your VIP ticket includes full conference access, the giant night, girls' night out, the VIP reserved seats at the front of the room, and Q&A session with me, and lunches included each and every day. Also, the sell method training guide, and you also get a VIP bag with workbook, right? And you get a VIP group event debrief call. And that way I can make sure that you're implementing, right? You hit the ground running, which is usually what happens at my events. People hit the ground running, and I want to hear like what you do. All right, so I can help you. All right, and then there's also an option for a general admission ticket, which retails for $19.97, but for a limited time, right? You can do the early bird, and it's $14.97. Now, let me just tell you, this is like a gift. In 2019, my live event was $24.97. And my goal is this is my first event since COVID. And I want to make this easy for you. And so if you're hemming and hawing on these prices, you're probably not for me, because this is a gift for all you're going to learn. I'm going to teach you to sell. Okay. And you will only benefit that weekend. You'll benefit for the rest of your life. You'll only get better and better, right? This is one of the only events you'll ever have that will teach you directly how to sell and will impact your bottom line. You'll learn how to generate leads, and that is a game changer for you and your business. Now, for the general ticket, you get 3-day access to the conference. You also get to come to the reception, the Giant Night Soiree, and you get the training materials as well, all right, for $14.97. So, get your ticket today. I just copied this link and I'll post it here. And I'm going to stop sharing and come back over. Let me come back over here. All right. So I'll put the link here for you. There you go. All right. So you'll see the link propagate over the next couple of minutes. And all you need to do is go there, click on the link, and you can sign up for the sell method. I'm so excited to support other women in selling. I believe that when women change their lives, our families are the benefactors of the change, right? We make our families better because when we grow, right, everybody benefits because of it. And whatever you put in a woman's hands, she multiplies. And so being able to teach more women how to sell and close is my honor. All right. So I'm so excited that I had the opportunity to come on here today to talk to you about selling and not being afraid and giving you an option of how to really show up for yourself. I do want to say the early bird tickets are not going to stay early bird. So you need to get your seats. You've got plenty of time, 6 weeks, to make arrangements with your family. Get your ticket tonight, and then then you can start moving in the direction of whatever needs to happen with your family so they can accommodate it. So a lot of times as women, we do it the other way, right? We say, once I work all these things out, then I'll get my ticket. No, you commit, and believe me, you'll figure it all, the rest of it out. All right. I'm so excited to have the opportunity to be here with you on Veterans Day weekend. I look forward to seeing you guys. You're in the seats in Baltimore. I'm so excited to have the opportunity to personally mentor you. Are there any questions for me before I sign off? If there are, make sure you post them here, even if you're watching the replay, so that we can answer them for you. If you have any direct questions, you can always write us at redrickteam at gmail.com. Right? redrickteam@gmail.com. Or if there's another service that you have interest in, you can always go to miaredrick.com. And let me show you this one. That's if you have a question for the team about the event. And if you have an interest in some other service, you can always book a strategy call with us, and we'll see how we can help you with accelerating your business goals, right? But I do want to just say that mindset is everything, and learning to sell for you is a game changer, right? Like my mindset can change every single thing in your business. You deciding that sales is not optional. You cannot grow a great company, hit 6 figures, have 10K, 20K or more months, right? Every single month without selling. All right. So commit to yourself in a full solution. And I look forward to working with you. All right. Have a great and amazing day. Good night.